All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to EMPM. That stands for Engineering Major, Philosophy Minor. It is Thursday, October 21st. It's about 8 p.m. in the evening, Mountain Standard Time. And today, guys, of course, this is the channel where you can get a working aerospace engineer's opinions on topics pertaining to engineering, philosophy, politics, and various other social and cultural issues. Sometimes I forget to say the word opinions, so I will say a working engineer on topics pertaining to, and I guess that kind of makes sense, but not in the way that I say it. Anyway, today we need to talk about just a true, honest, venerable hero, guys. In fact, a superhero, right? Because what this person is doing in this post on LinkedIn is just the most compassionate and wonderful thing that anyone could ever do for other people. So let's go ahead and take a look at what this person wrote. This is on LinkedIn. This is from, well, maybe I should block out the person's name and picture. So I'll do that. This is a physician and a policy advisor in LA County working for the Department of Health Services. So as you guys know, LA has had some of the strictest lockdowns in the country, has taken some of the most aggressive health policy when it comes to the coronavirus pandemic. And of course, that's basically been going on the entire time. So what are we going on? Almost 2 years at this point. Let's see what he has to say. Last week, I took care of 3 COVID patients, ages 34, 29, and 26. Wow, what a hero. All 3 required a ventilator to breathe and had COVID complications. 1 had kidney failure, 2 had blood clots, 1 had permanent lung damage, and 2 required holes in the neck to continue breathing. So what that means is one of these people had blood clots and, well, it's possible the kidney failure person also had permanent lung damage, although typically blood clots and lung damage are 2 things that kind of will like go hand in hand. So, and then 2 required holes in the neck to continue breathing. So I'm going to guess that 1 person had blood clots, permanent lung damage, and required a hole in their neck to continue breathing. So that's rough, man. Of course, all 3 were unvaccinated. Wow. I asked each of the 3 young men what held them back from getting the vaccine. This is what each said to me. The 34-year-old. I wish I did if I knew this was going to happen to me. Okay. 29-year-old. My sister had COVID for a week, and then I got COVID. I didn't really think to get the vaccine before that. Now the 26-year-old, oh no, they're spending their birthday in the hospital this week because they could be spending their birthday in the hospital for literally any other thing, like the million other things that can put you in the hospital. But since it's COVID, it's worse. I thought the pandemic, wasn't real, that it was exaggerated. No one I really knew got sick from COVID. Okay, let's hear now his commentary. The one thing they all had in common was, it was lack of access to a health source of trusted and accurate information. Your trusted voice matters. One conversation can save a life. # this is our shot. Wow, dude. Thank you, Mr. Physician and Policy Advisor, dude. That's so big of you, dude, to post this, bro. Like, dude, you're doing such a huge service to the community. So let's talk about the trusted voice and the lack of access to health source and trust accurate information. First off, again, I mentioned at the beginning, LA has had some of the strictest measures for the past year and a half. Not only that, it's been droned into us over and over and over again by the media for the past year and a half. Everywhere you look is like COVID death numbers. This crazy thing is happening to these people. The unvaccinated are killing everyone. Oh, now it's the people who won't. Let me take a step back. It's the people who won't wear a mask that are killing everyone. Now it's the unvaccinated that are killing everyone. And if it weren't for, these like unvaccinated rubes, then we wouldn't be in this position, blah, blah, blah. If you think that there's not access to information about COVID at this point, this was posted 6 days ago, guys. Maybe 7 days ago, because I think I saw this yesterday morning or something. 7 days ago. Bro, if someone if you really believe that someone hasn't had access to information on COVID at this point, I'm sorry, man, but that's a bridge too far, dude. That's ridiculous. Everyone knows what this is. Okay, let's go back to the top here. All right. One had kidney failure. This is allegedly due to COVID. How are we so sure about that? So your trusted voice matters, right? Person, right? Physician and policy advisor. So what you're saying is that the COVID caused kidney failure, or is it that the kidney failure made the person more susceptible to COVID, right? Who knows? But unfortunately, renal failure runs in my family. It will probably happen to me when I'm older as well. And I'm pretty sure that a respiratory virus isn't going to cause kidney failure unless your kidney is already compromised. So who were these people, right? He starts off with saying the ages. Why does he put the ages in there, you might ask? Well, because the assumption that we're supposed to make as, dumb, ignorant conspiracy theorist rubes out here in conservative land where we just want to go cough on people and get people sick, what we're supposed to assume is that these were perfectly healthy, wonderful stewards of their own bodies, great citizens and everything, that just, they were too stupid to get the vaccine, but they were living their lives absolutely perfectly in every other way. And for some reason, they just ended up with all these horrible, horrible problems as a result of COVID. Yeah, sorry, bro. I call BS, dude. Now, if this guy ever sees this video and wants to comment below and correct me, hey, I welcome it. I will admit that I'm wrong, but I call BS, dude. I don't think that these people were perfectly healthy. Two had blood clots, permanent lung damage, and 2 required holes in their neck to continue breathing. Guys, who do you, if I just read, imagine I just read someone was in the hospital, leave out the COVID, right? Someone's in the hospital, they had blood clots, permanent lung damage, and required a hole in their neck to continue breathing. What comes to mind? Oh, a chronic smoker comes to mind. Were any of these people smokers? Dear physician and policy advisor, will you tell us some more health background about these people? No, of course not, because the idea is that you're just going to read this and get all freaked out and say, oh, well, the only solution must be to get vaccinated for COVID. That would have fixed kidney failure. That would have fixed blood clots and permanent lung damage and all this other crap, right? Come on, man. You want a trusted voice, dude? Tell us what the real context of the story is. Now, again, if this person wants to come into the comment section, if they see this or somebody else knows this person and has read this before and wants to come into my comment section and correct me and tell me, EMPM, you're BSing, you don't know, this is the story, I welcome it 100%. But I guarantee you're never going to be able to find out who these people are. Why? Because this guy wanted to just come off as morally benighted and just post something on here, right? Of course, he asked them what held them back from getting the vaccine, because, we just have to get knowledge on why people are being so just ignorant. There's a cure. Duh, there's a cure. We'll talk about Colin Powell and the cure in a minute here. But 34-year-old, I wish I did if I knew this was going to happen to me. Bro, first off, this is a 34-year-old man. Okay, I'm 33 years old. I can make decisions for myself. This guy really thought that this wasn't going to happen to him. I mean, we all know what the risks are. Just some of us have the courage to take them. I guarantee you, this 34-year-old guy, no offense to him, I'm really happy that it sounds like they all made it through this, right? So that's wonderful. So we should talk about that for a second. Thankfully, these people are still alive. And I'm happy that they got treatment. I'm happy that, this wasn't an article about how, I refuse to treat people because they, didn't live their lives correctly. But I guarantee you, if this 34-year-old didn't recognize that there are risks, then he probably was not treating his body the way that he should have, right? 29-year-old, my sister had COVID for a week, and then I got COVID. Okay, she had COVID for a week, so he watched somebody who had COVID. If they only had it for a week, it sounds like it wasn't that big of a deal to them. I didn't really think to get the vaccine before that. Okay, awesome, dude. That's your choice. Why does this need to get posted online, right? Why are we making it so that every single little personal decision we make has to get posted online? Oh, yeah, because the point of this isn't to call out like a really tragic story and be compassionate and be grateful to people. The story about this is so that this guy looks nice and morally benighted so that he can go around saying, I know all the science. I'm better than you. Look at me. I got my vaccine and I just had to ask all these dummies. I had to ask all these filthy wretches around here why they didn't get the vaccine. And duh, you had so many complications because you didn't get the vaccine. Guarantee you 2 of these people were chronic smokers and the other person was diabetic because diabetes causes kidney problems. Guarantee it. Again, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Please. I'll happily admit that I'm wrong. 26-year-old who's spending his birthday in the hospital. Why is that relevant that he's spending his birthday in the hospital? 26-year-olds do all sorts of crazy crap on their birthdays. They end up in the hospital for alcohol poisoning, right? I thought it wasn't real, that it was exaggerated. No one I really knew got sick from COVID. Bro, LA had some of the highest case counts in the country and had the most intense lockdowns of anywhere. What do you mean I didn't think it wasn't real? I think that this quote is BS, like straight up. I thought it wasn't real? Bro, what have we been doing then for the last 2 years? Give me a break. Yeah, the one thing they all had in common was the lack of access to a health source of trusted and accurate information. Bro, why don't you help me out and verify that you're giving accurate information? Go ahead and come in the comment section and tell me that each of these people were completely healthy, no pre-existing conditions, no, they work out all the time. They're super athletic. Tell me who these people are before you come in here and try to act all morally benighted. And by the way, dude, to this physician and policy advisor, this is your job, to take care of people. Your job isn't to just go posting random information about people to make them look like crap. I mean, you're making these people look like complete idiots. If I end up in the hospital or whatever, I mean, I'm vaccinated, but it could still happen, right? If I end up in the hospital, I'm going to say, yeah, I made my own decisions as a man, and I could die from a lot of different things. So, thanks for helping out, but I don't really need you to make a post about it, dude. Hashtag this is our shot. Yeah, man, because everyone has the same opinion as you, and the people who don't have the same opinion as you are just, God, if we could just figure out some way of just getting rid of them and keeping them completely out of society, and oh God, our lives would just be utopia if we could just exclude a bunch of people from society. Dude, I call BS on this. I just have to make a video because I'm sick of people trying to act like they're superheroes just because they're doing their job. And if I worked in the healthcare profession, that's what I sign up for, right? I sign up to treat patients. And sometimes there's a big surge of patients, and sometimes there's a crisis, and sometimes you got to step up. I mean, it's wonderful, it's great, but guys, we gotta stop pretending like we're these superheroes, saving the world from the worst villains ever. All right, stop treating these people who get sick like they're ignorant and dumb. These people make choices just like everyone else makes choices in their life, and some of them are good ones and some of them are bad ones. We need to stop demonizing people for making choices that we don't agree with, that don't really affect us. I mean, I guess it affects him because he has to treat them, but that's what he signed up to do, even becoming a physician. Good thing he's also a policy advisor. I bet there's no bias or incentive there. All right, guys, so I had to make a video about this one because I'm just getting fed up with this stuff. We really need to we need to move on from this, guys. We really do. There are risks in life. There are things that you can do to mitigate your risks. You should make your own prudential judgment. You should get a doctor that you trust and make your own decisions about what is best for your health, and everybody else just needs to mind their own business, all right? When things get clogged up, when things get overwhelmed, then what we do is we have compassion for people, all right? We have grace, and we figure out ways to help them that don't require forcing them into doing things that they don't want to do. Okay, like in LA, they got a ship out there. They built a bunch of temporary stuff. They didn't end up using most of it, but that's the kind of stuff that we do. All right. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Again, if I'm wrong about this, go ahead and leave a comment down below and correct me, and then I'll read it in the next episode or the next time I get online. Then I'll let everyone know that so-and-so, debunked this story. But by the way, if you're going to go ahead and do that, you're going to go ahead and get in the comment section, man, you better provide some facts, because, this guy expects us to go on LinkedIn and just read something he wrote and be like, oh God, what a hero, dude. Oh, you're so big, dude. You took care of 3 COVID patients. Wow, dude, that's crazy. And then, there's a bunch of people that I know who are liking this story. Like, just, believing it right off the bat. Oh, wow, look at this benighted moral better. Wow. I wish I could be like this guy, dude. I wish I could, I wish I had a job where I could just go on and talk to people about how just heroic I am to everyone around me, and how, these ignorant villains, finally got what they deserve, but I cured them. Guys, give me a break. All right. Later.